Hello everyone, GeneralApple here with another Ghostpia video, and today we're about to start episode 5, the last episode to be exact. And yesterday we actually saw a little bit of what I believe is Sayako past, so hopefully this episode will expand upon that, and we'll finally get some answers because, man, nothing has been clear so far. So let's see, episode 5, the day I looked at her and then saw her. And we have Yoru in the thumbnail here, so kind of wonder how is she relates to all of that, because clearly she's a mysterious character that no one really understands. I've been waiting in this empty town, always waiting for that certain someone. I've got work again today. I have to earn money. Money's an absolute necessity for any journey, but even without travel expenses, it's hard for ordinary citizens to survive. So I work in order to prevent myself from doing something stupid like dying of starvation as I wait. I work in an office in the corner of the government building that looks like a giant tombstone. As the noon bell rings, I leave the town hall under the pretense of taking a lunch break. As soon as I'm outside, I find a garbage can, or maybe it's a plant pot, I'm not sure. Ooh, I cannot skip the dialogue. Either way, there's an envelope attached to it, which I retrieve before heading back to town hall with a nonchalant look on my face. On the way back, I visit a city cafe that's definitely not to my taste. I simply chose this place because it's busy. This is where I meet him. He's an acquaintance of mine and a regular at this cafe. We chat, closer than strangers, but not quite friends. His hobby is sketching landscapes, so he often shows me his sketchbook. I pick it up. The paper in the sketchbook is quite high quality, considering how all of the nation's resources are currently being funneled into the war effort. I flip through the pages and glance through them. Sometimes I give back if any sketches interest me. I return the sketchbook after casually slipping in the envelope I retrieved at noon between its pages. Nobody notices. The cafe is dim and reeks of alcohol. He pretends not to notice either as he takes his sketchbook back. Apparently, this is how revolutionaries or whatever operate in this country where political power is overly concentrated. Though, it's not like I've got any interest at all in revolution. Are you sure you don't want to leave this town? I'm sure you could go anywhere you want. There's no need for you to share your destiny with a town like this. You've got a freedom, don't you? The man speaks. In my opinion, he seems to have way more freedom than I do. I give him a vague smile as I get out of my seat. He's a few years younger than me. He's young and charming, yet he doesn't try to use his powers for himself. That said, I was younger than him when I started waiting for that certain someone, wasn't I? And thus, another day comes to a close. I head back home. The salary is a pittance, so I'm earning slowly but surely. The ordinary days continue. Work. Break envelope. After I've gotten used to retrieving the envelope, I'm still too nervous to eat my bread. Cafe. Talk with him. He's been looking pale lately. This continues forever. Before I know it, the seasons have changed, but it's a different season the same year or a different season in a year after and now. When I reach out to retrieve the envelope, someone grabs my hand. Whoa, the secret police. I've never seen them before, but I recognize them immediately. A gunshot. The secret police officer falls. It's him holding the gun. Not the person I'm waiting for, but him. I take his hand. We jump onto the train and watch as his townscape fades into the distance. And then a bomb drops onto the town when that certain someone was supposed to come home to. I let out a vague laugh. What? That even raises more questions. Then didn't do anything to explain. What? Oh my god, I swear. Okay. Sure. So they were like spies? I'm pretty certain. But what does it have to do with anything? I truly don't understand. When the image fades out and the credit starts rolling, I remember that this was a movie. Oh, A buzzer rings and we slowly get up from our seats. My brain still feels numb. That was straightforward plot, huh? The actors were fairly good, so it was worth a watch. The cinematography was beautiful too. They chose good filming locations. I think I get what you're trying to say, but it was still boring as a movie. What do you think, Sayako? Well, I kinda spaced out, so... Wait, where's Yoru? Oh my, she's asleep. That girl, she must have just been that bored, and I agree with her. Hey, don't say that bluntly. It wasn't an interesting movie, was it? I absentmindedly watch as Pacifica tries to wake up Yoru. There's an old movie theater on the edge of an amusement park on the outskirts of town. That's where we are right now. Inside a dim box lined with a dense carpet, drenched in the smell of popcorn. It's the kind of place I just forget until someone mentions it, but it looks like it still got some business. It's the last screening of the day, and yet half of the seats were full. It's mostly elderly ghosts, but there are a few young ghosts too. There are the ground of girls around our age. They cheerfully leave their seats as they share their opinion of the movie. The noisiness would normally disrupt the pleasant aftertaste you feel after watching a movie, but it also reminds me that there are girls like that even among the ghosts in town. I guess you can find girls like that everywhere. I don't really mind, since I wasn't too invested in that movie anyway, but if I were invested in it, I'd want to grab them by the backs of the necks and hurl them out of the theater. I started to think about how I'd catch them all without letting any of them escape, but I stopped myself. That's not why we're here for today. We didn't come here to watch the movie, we came here to see certain someone. As for why we watched the movie anyway, I guess it was to kill time as we wait for this person's shift to end. In any case, the movie is not the main reason we are here. We're here to see the movie Projectionist. The Projectionist is, according to Anya, the most lit engineer in town. Since they are both engineers, it makes sense they know each other. I think it's weird the most lit engineer in town to work as a movie projectionist, but I guess there's not necessarily a correlation between what you're good at and what you do for a living. In any case, Anya suggests that a lit engineer could help us achieve our dearest wish of breaking through the snow desert and searching beyond, and maybe even discover my home country, which may or may not exist. Ever since Yoru arrived, we've been a little distracted with job searching and fighting against the church. But now that things seems to be calming down, we've decided to resume our activities. You could probably say that we're at peace. Astonishingly enough, whenever we walk around town, lately, people greet not just Yoru, but me as well. I'm starting to remember the faces and names of more and more ghosts, and can even call a few of them my acquaintance now. Though obviously, I'm a little more cautious about people suddenly opening up to me. What with the whole Renya thing at all? Oh, speaking of Renya, she was apparently both an influential manufacturer and broke of one of this town's guilty pleasure, so Pacifica praised me for my accomplishment of cleaning up the town. This whole progression of events have brought me out of my comfort zone for sure, but I'm still glad about how things have turned out. I need to remember to thank Anya properly for setting things up today. That's what I think to myself as we try to deal with Yoru as she cozily mumbles in her sleep. By the time we head into the movie theater lobby, it's deathly quiet. There's not a soul talking, and the carpet even muffles the sound of footsteps. It feels like my ears have been plugged, as if all sounds have been bloated out. It looks like all the other moviegoers are already movie-gone. There's nobody in the office box, and the concession stand's lights are off too. We're the only one in the movie theater. Actually, scratch that. There's probably still people behind the scenes, but... It's an odd feeling being alone in a place that's usually bustling with people. It feels both exciting and dangerous. It gives the place a fresh charm. It's like a school building at night. I take a deep breath and let my imagination run wild. Behind that shut doors to the theater at our backs, they're showing a real movie to their real clients. Whenever we're not around, they do something real that we don't get to see. Our idea of common sense is a sham. The real world happens behind these walls, while we go out about our days blissfully unaware. I feel my nose prick as shivers rise up my spine. My palms break out into cold sweat. I've been entranced by the charm of the movie theater. Sayako? Anya's voice snaps me back to my senses. We're gonna meet up at the rear entrance. That's where employees leave from. Oh, okay, let's go. When we leave the lobby, I look over my shoulder one more time. Pacifica asks if I've forgotten anything, but I frankly shake my head. Why did I look back? Do I just like the movie theater? Do I have some sort of special memory at the movie theater? Oh. I'm sure we'll find the answer for that. No way we'll forget about it. Kick. We wait outside the theater in front of what appears to be the staff entrance. As we wait, the light shuts off on the movie theater signboard and employees start leaving empty turtles. They all look startled when they see us. I mean, I guess it might look out of place for a group of girls to wait by the staff entrance of a movie theater after hours. Each time a new ghost comes out the door, the three of us look at Anya. And each time, Anya wordlessly shakes her head. Is that the one? Nope. This must have happened at least 10 times. A smallish man appears from behind the door. He's short, thin, and has the same red hair as Anya, but his skin is literally pure white, which only makes his hair seem all the more vivid. He's a delicate young man who looks like he never won a single arm wrestling match. None of the other employees had this much trouble opening the door. He makes it look like it's as heavy and sturdy as the door to a bank vault. I can't help but hope it's not him. I don't know what it's about him, but he just seems obnoxious. The three of us look at Anya at the same time. I can't speak for anyone else, but my eyes say something like, "It's not him, is it?" Instead of answering us, Anya calls out to the man with somewhat surprisingly cheerful voice. "Yo, Alex, you're as huge as ever today. Maybe twice as big as yesterday." "LOL, nice one. I'm bigger than you, though." Oh god, a kinda cool developer. Met Alexi. I can hear Pacifica taking a deep breath beside me. When I turn away, I see her taking a step forward and speak up with a customer service smile plastered onto her face. "Nice to meet you. You must be Alex." "I'm Pacifica. We've heard about you from Anya, so we came here to meet you." "Thank you for sparing us your precious time after work. I brought you some sweets from my friend's store. They're delicious, so try some if you'd like." I can smell a sweet scent coming from the paper bag in Pacifica's hand from all the way over here. And yet it might be be poop in that bag the way Alex goes, "Ugh," as he reluctantly picks it up. Huh. Yeah, he's obnoxious. "I hope you find him to your liking, Alec." He's laughing. Alec lets out a dry laugh. I can tell his forehead is sweaty despite the frigid temperature. Alec trembles and mumbles as he talks. "I've got a bad feeling about this." "Milady, Pacifica, I'm shocked that you would call me by my nickname upon our first meeting. You truly are a lady with accomplishments of 10 and the connections of 100. Bruh. I'm the kind of guy who's shocked when a stranger calls me a nickname, but it doesn't even faze you, huh? That's amazing." Pacifica lets out a groan. Alec is short for Alexi, so that's his name. I guess I should have made that clear, huh? Awkward silence. Everyone present is uncomfortable. "Nice to meet you, Mr. Alexei. You can call me Yoru, and that's Sayoko over there. She's a ninja." "Oh, and I'm the doctor at the physiatry stand. My hobby is doing this and that with Sayoko. What do you like to do, Mr. Alexei?" "I've heard the rumors, Doc. It's probably obvious to you that my mental state is in shambles, but please, don't get on my case. I can be healed." "Ha, and as for hobbies, I've got none. I'm just a boring man." Yoru shrieks. "I hear you excel at engineering, isn't that right, Anya?" "This guy's a genius, I guarantee it." "That's a lie. There's a ton of randos out there as good as me. I'm just the closest one within your reach, right, Anya?" Whenever I look at this Alexi guy, I get a strange, irritable feeling. Yeah, the way he speaks is obnoxious, but somehow even his looks are the visual equivalent of nails on chalkboard. "Sayoko, this guy seems like he's in serious need of some counseling." I completely agree with you. Yoru deals with a lot of patients like this. They all look older than their age, but act younger than their age. And the dissonance between their appearance and their behavior irritates everyone around them. These people fuss over even the most trivial of mistakes, and even if you do something good for them, they don't appreciate it. In fact, they even find some way to berate you. They can't control their own nature, so the ones that comes to Yoru for help are the ones that at least recognize that they can't control themselves. When I see them, it makes me wonder if I'm like that too. I mean, they don't even notice their own accursed disposition. They don't understand themselves. If you're lucky, you might find one who thinks something's weird about themselves, but that's it. In other words, I might be like them and just not know it. That would suck. I wouldn't want others to think of me like that. Even thinking like this makes me feel like I'm putting myself a step above them. Even thinking about thinking like this feels disgusting. I'm just not good with these sorts of people. And I haven't even spoken a word to him. Okay. Damn it, it always ends up like this. Everyone discusses it whenever I talk. I'm trying to be a nice guy here, but I just don't get it. This sucks, damn it. Let's just get business already. And what are business? Say, why wouldn't you go to a cafe to talk instead of talking outside? Nah, I'm good. An otaku like me would disintegrate in a cafe. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, my God. I swear to God, the text in this game is the lowest tier of text I can possibly imagine. That is crazy. There's another archaic word he's using. It refers to someone who would rather be alone with machines, games, or comics than interact with other people. The term otaku originated in my home country, but that's not a race or a clan or anything. It's an ideology. I suppose you could say that an otaku are people of culture. Bruh. In that case, fine, let's talk here. I heard you can help us. That's right, Alexei. I'm sure we've talked about this before, but I want your expert advice to help us reach breakthrough that I can't reach with my skill alone. You'd ask for help from a smelly otaku like me? Oh my god, dude. Oh my days. What a cringe character. Holy. It might be hard to believe, but I do want to help you ladies out if I can, that is. Whoa, thanks, Alec. But you see, I'm a little preoccupied. Basically, I need to finish my current research project first. Yeah. How long will this research project take? I don't know. Let me guess, 9,900 years? Do you have a rough estimate at least? It'll take a long time, I can tell you that, but I won't to pretend I know something that I don't. That's why I said I don't know. You can hurry it up just a teensy bit. You could also multitask. As if. We otaku are traditionally single taskers. Dude. What is this low tier dialogue? What the hell am I reading? That's news to me. Why are you in such a hurry? We ghosts have an infinite amount of time. If waiting will solve the problem, why not just wait? If you can wait, you can just ask someone else, in my honest opinion. I don't expect so much from me. Alexei mumbles something under his breath as he locks the staff entrance behind him. Huh. Suddenly, Alexei lets out a voice as if he just realized something. What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Whenever I ask someone for a favor, it never turns out pretty. Just say it already. Oh, begone, evil spirit, begone. What? Alex tinkers with his watch and suddenly a thin blue membrane expands around him, knocking Pacifica back. What's the big idea? Don't spook me like that. You're the one who spooked me. What's with this bubbly thing? It's my portable otaku guard. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually want to stop playing right now. What the hell is this low tier dialogue? What am I reading? Jesus, dude, what? What is, it's like a kid wrote this. What am I reading right now? Okay. Your worship, this is strange to get kind of exciting. I nod back. I can certainly see why Anya places so much confidence in Alexei's engineering skills. That's what I think to myself, as yours secretly gets pumped up. She does have a taste for weird things after all. Shut it off this instant. No, you'll just get mad at me. How can you tell I get mad? Because I'm gross. Females have always thought that I'm gross, so I can tell you'll be... Oh my god. Oh my god, help me god. Oh my god. Well, let's skip this dialogue. You can't just judge by total strangers because they're women. That's exactly why they hate you. Oh my god, this dialogue makes my skin crawl. Please kill him, Pacifica. Pacifica picks up a shovel off the ground and charges at the, what is it called again? The portable otaku guard. I want one. Anyway, Pacifica starts hammering away at the barrier with a shovel. Each time she hits it, it lets out an unpleasant, low-frequency sound wave and eventually the barrier outline starts to fade away. Stop, this isn't stable. Hey, Alexei. What? Even if you made a shitload of bad first impressions with women, this is low even for you. That's just how hopeless I am. You of all people should know that. Hey, no need for that attitude, you know, are you stupid? Look, I'm an otaku, and whenever an otaku talks to a female, he just wants to die. That's how we're built. I don't know if you can even... Oh my god. I'm a woman too, you know. Anyway, you just had an idea of how to speed up things, didn't you? Out with it. You shouldn't keep it to yourself, even if you think you should. Damn it, so... I was thinking, you could help me finish my research? My research has hit a deadlock, see? That's why I said it takes time, but if you help me, it will speed things up. I'm almost certain of it. But who would want to help someone like me? Dude, shut the hell up, please! Don't beat yourself up like that. Why wouldn't we help you? Anya is usually talkative, and Mr. Alexei seems to be somewhat open with her. It's a refreshing contrast. Anya is usually the passive one, so she almost seems like a different person. Mr. Alexei turns off his POG, and falls silent. He just needs to tell us his thoughts, so why does he need so much time to concentrate? Though I guess it's unfair of me to think of it like that, since I'm with friends and we outnumber him. If I were in Mr. Alexei's shoes, I'm sure I'd hesitate to speak my thoughts too. He's probably cursing himself for letting out that earlier. Even I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I hate this. Yeah, so do I. Pacifica? It's not until I say that I realize I had even opened my mouth. The words just start flowing out by themselves. Can we just let Mr. Alexei think things through and get his answer on a later date, can't we? I see says Pacifica as she folds her arms in consideration. I'm sorry, Anya, but can you ask him again tomorrow or some other day? Oh, I don't mind. If Anya's going, then I've got no objections. We chat a bit more for a while until we settle on Anya coming back at the same time tomorrow to hear his answer. Whew, I'm not used to this sort of stuff. It particularly pains my heart to make Anya ask for me. Okay, that'll be it for today. Thank you for giving us some of your time after work. And with that, I turn around and take a step back towards town. Hey, wait. Oh, what is it? If you have more to say. Please say something cringy. Please. Mr. Alexei firmly interrupts the fed-up Pacifica. Not you, the ninja. Can I help you? Were you trying to patronize me? Bruh. When I turn around, Mr. Alexei takes a step towards me. Sensing the unrest in the air, Anya clicks her tongue. Not at all. When people patronize me like that, it just makes me feel all more ridiculed. I think so too, which is why I'm not trying to look out for you. I'm just cold and want to go home. You're just saying that an excuse so that your friend will praise you later and you can feel good about yourself. You disgust me. Mr. Alexei's face is fully flushed. He's taking heavy breaths in and out, wheezing hard. The next line is, I totally get how you feel, isn't it? Yeah, I do get how you feel. I also kinda get why you get so aggressive about it too. It's exactly because I get it that I get that I shouldn't say I get it. What? So, if you flip things around, you're saying that you get how I feel then, right? Please stop. If you think you know anything about me, disgusting. Oof. Mr. Alexei lets out a weird sort of groan, but he's smiling. Savage AF. Dude. I don't know what savage AF means, yeah. You don't have many friends, do you? Maybe not? Anyone without many friends is a friend in my book. What? That's my personal theory. Fine, I'll show you the goods. Come with me to my lab. This time, Mr. Alexei turns his back to us and throats off. His shoulder shivers. After a few steps, he stumbles. Yoro gives me a smile and summed up. That guy's a pain. I agree with Pacifica crumble in the silence of my heart as Anya helps Mr. Alexei get up and we follow behind. Kill me. What have I watched? What have I read? If you weren't expecting much from my lab, then... Hurry it up already. Yeep. We're standing in front of Mr. Alexei's house. From the outside, it looks less like a lab and more like a bougie villa. Since it's located close to the amusement park, perhaps it was indeed originally meant to be an expensive vacation home. But, fine, never mind. Mr. Alexei almost looks tearful as he holds out his hands to the needlessly huge keyhole. The moment I wonder if he left the door unlocked, I hear an electronic sound, followed by a thunk of a heavy lock turning. Whoa, was that a biometric lock? Nah, you can't trust something as easily fakeable as vein recognition. Simple is best, so I just implement the chip in my hand. It's pretty convenient. I've never forgotten my hand at work, and you can't exactly steal a limb without chopping it off. You hear that? Alec is a genius, right? He's trending a fine line, though. Teddy. The door opens, the lights turn on automatically, and a moment later, the air in the room gets pleasantly warm. I guess the heater turned it on. We're standing in front of the entrance as we look at the interior of the room, which is just to show its exterior. This way, sorry about the mess. What mess? This place looks so clean and stylish, you'd expect the gentle housewife and boisterous children to come out and greet the man of the house. It's such a stark contrast to the image of the homeowner. What a nice house, huh, Psycho? If only our place had this much space. Do you live alone, Mr. Alexei? You two are pretty much the only ghosts who live together. Everyone else lives alone. Oh, I didn't know that. This is my workshop and, damn it, I knew it. Why must you do this to me, God? The workshop is what appears to be a remodeled kitchen and dining room. Unlike the rest of the house's beautiful interior, it's the only disorderly area. Mr. Alexei quickly runs to what was most likely a dining table that's been remodeled into a large work desk. Just how much has gone back today? I'm left wondering what he's talking about as he starts screaming at the ceiling. It's one step forward, 3 steps back. Way too much has been disappearing lately. No, don't tell me. Not the bolts too. It's a jumbled mess now. Mr. Alexei laments as he rummages through what appears to be a pile of parts left on the work desk. The module looks okay, but where's the cable? Is that gone too? How could this happen? FML. Which mean F my life? So what exactly are you making? Isn't that obvious? How is any of it obvious? Okay, what if I did this? Mr. Alexei strikes a few keys on a nearby computer keyboard. Whoa. A translucent woman head starts floating mid-air. The spectacle has so much impact, I unconsciously pull out a gun and just barely manage to stop myself from pulling the trigger. Calm your tits. It's just a hologram, a 3D projection. Okay, I did not expect this line. What is this? She's what I want to show you today. We all fall silent for a moment as if to search through our memories. That head does seem familiar. A girl with a faint smile. She's not fully grown up, but as you stare at her for long, you'll get glimpses of a mature woman. Something about her seems to hide some inner darkness. Have I seen this ghost somewhere before? I can't say, since I don't have any female friends. She's the woman from the movie we just seen. She's attractive, at the very least she's pleasant to look at. Oh, the movie. She was in the movie. Yeah, that's correct. Doug's word permeates into my head the way sweetness of rock candy okay, I don't read it. But on the other hand, I've got a bad feeling about this. Was the girl in the movie his project? By the way they explain every single thing and try to make it sound smart is the dumbest thing I can ever imagine. It wastes me time. Why I need to read this? Like, I get it. In important moments, you should put this explanation, but on mundane stuff, like, why would I care? Why? Like, just stop doing this. So weird. Isn't she wonderful? I mean, I guess. But she's only in the movies, right? Indeed, she's nothing more than an image caught on film. She has no substance. In other words, she's just an illusion, but what if I could make her real? Wait, so Alec, you're trying to make this chick? No, that's not it at all, Anya. Good, I thought you had gone way off into deep end for a second. I'm just deploying her into this shitty world. Oh boy. What do you mean by deploy? He means makes, but with a fancier word. No, not at all. I thought for all the shitty women in this town, at least you'd get me. To make her would simply create something in her image that would act like her. But what's the point in that? What? What I want is to ascertain each and every one of her function, either abstractly or concretely, yeah. Not just in spirit, but in body too. That's what the project of mine entails. And then what? Live with her, obviously. You see, all this time in anime, don't you? Every day she'll wake me up. Oh god, it's cringe. Yeah, I'm skipping this. And sometimes we might argue, but I'm sure she'll enrich my life overall. Guys, if it's cringe, I'm skipping. Everyone guessed at Mr. Alexei. It's let's just call him Alexei. He lost his respect. I'm thinking she'll be like a maid living under my roof. Bruh. Have you been drawn closely? No. And with that, Alexei started typing away at the keyboard, but Anya frankly stopped him. Kill him, Anya, please. Well, whatever. I'm sure you'll all come to understand the loftiness of this project goals, but I'm sure we all come to understand it was a mistake to come here. Oh, Anya suddenly grooms in pain. Pacifica pinches her butt. I look at yours, figuring she'd enjoy seeing something like that, but she's instead looking at Alexei with a sidelong glance. It seems she didn't hear Anya. Well, in any case, I can totally understand how Pacifica's feeling right now, so I won't stop her. So, I'm not sure there's anything we can help you out with this project of yours. That's right, sorry, but I'm not good with technical things. You can take Anya off her hands. Or so go ahead and make use of however please for the rest of her life. Hey! You don't need any technical literacy. You don't even need any electrical. My request for you is simple. You just need to follow my direction. With luck, we should be done in no time, and I can start tackling your request. I'll even do it for free of charge if you help me out. That's just how valuable your cooperation is to me. This is starting to sound suspicious, but fine. So what exactly do we need to do? You ladies just need to look carefully and closely at both my work and at her. Strategy meeting. We would like to request some thinking time. Approved. At Pacifica Command, we all gather in a corner of the room. I'm sorry guys for like everything. That guy's messed up in the head. But what he's doing is incredible. Yeah, he's always like that. Nobody can keep up with him in more ways than one. But his engineering skills are the toppest of the top notch. He can single-handedly do the stuff I couldn't do, even if they're yes. So you do something that gross, even if you were, yeah. Now, I don't think I ever do anything that gross, no matter how many of them were. He's certainly an eccentric, huh? Eccentric. Okay. Say, Alexei, what do you mean when you say you want us to watch you? It's not like you want us to make sure you don't fall asleep at work or anything, right? Well... Alexei's eyes sparkle, the sparkle of a prideful engineer, but it's probably for the same reason as when we went off earlier. We all can keep help, but with our guards up. Ghost capacity, that's what I like to call it, but I know what I'm talking about, right? You know what? There's a limit to how many things we ghosts can have. Once things go back to the garbage dump, you have to pick them up again. Yeah, of course we know that. The hole in the ghost pocket. Isn't it called the bottomless ghost bag? Is it? Well, things may disappear. They should last for a while, as long as they're placed within your territory and you keep their existence in the back of your mind. Both Pacifica and Anya nod. I nod too, due to peer pressure, before realizing, oh yeah, that's right. With the exception of the bare minimum, my belongings quickly disappear too. Alexei makes it sound like you're guaranteed a certain extent of possessions, but it feels a little different in my experience. I think the reason these feel more natural to me lately is that now that Yorvit's moved in, we share our belongings. Also, now that I figure out a gunshot wound and other injuries count as belongings, I've actually been finding it pretty convenient sometimes. I've never paid any special attention to it before. Either. Never ever. Not even once. However, Pacifica lets out an agonizing groan while Alexei screeches mid-speech. She's too detailed. The sheer volume of information necessary to imitate God's creation of man is far too much for our ghostly bodies, it seems. Huh. Alexei casually picks up a part of the scattered heap on the work desk, his eyes filled with deep sadness. No matter how I assemble her parts, no matter how I code her personality, presentation program, parts of her disappear if I take off my eyes for even just a second. It's probably random what disappeared, what parts disappeared. The bolts and the entire skeletal structure disappear this time, so she's incomplete and I can't show her body to you ladies. Alexei explained in an oddly dramatic tone, but I can feel his calm enthusiasm as he tried to convey the objective truth. We're not normal. We weren't humans that lived. We only call ourselves ghosts for convenience. We don't actually know what we are. Whoa. Okay, that's a giant lore bomb, I guess. Or a giant Turnaround? If you ignore the fact that we've been excluded from the phenomenon known as death, then it certainly seems natural to call us ghosts. After all, we can't survive in the sunlight. Intuitively, it makes sense to think of us as ghosts. Her volume exceeds my capacity as a container, so I just need to prepare a new container. Perhaps she can be contained if there are more ghosts to perceive her. But when you mix in the fact that there's a limit to what we can possess, that intuitivity starts to falter. So once again, my request is that you ladies watch her as I assemble her. I prefer if you slept in shift. That is all you need to do. You wouldn't ask storage to do computation, right? For how long? It probably won't be done in a single day. You need to take a few days off your jobs, that's for sure. Even if we're not ghosts, we're some sort of ghostly creatures. I'm sure others aren't scared, though. I mean, why be scared of ourselves? We're not here to prosper. We're not here to expand. We're just here to exist. This won't have any negative effects on our bodies, will it? I'm a little scared. That's why I ask an odd question. I want to distract myself with some talking. There may be some negative effects, I will admit. If you're scared, just sleep through the whole thing. Alexei might not know this, but I've had that sort of experience before. I do feel that it's somewhat difficult to acknowledge new things, but there's no point telling him right now. That's not what Sayako's saying. She's not scared of working with you, she's scared of you. She's looking for a reason to decline. I'm just saying the truth as close as I see it. Even when you're telling the truth, the tone, attitude, yes, yes, yes. Just hearing the phrase, public speaking classes feel like a punch in the gut. I'll do it. I don't know if I can do it well, but there's no harm in trying. Oh, you will? I'm in too. You've definitely gone off the deep end this time, Alec. But as lowly engineer, I'm intrigued. Oh, my bad. See now, my presentation was flawless. These girls are just softies. I wouldn't pat myself on the back for that presentation if I were you. Anyway, since Anya trusts you, I intend to trust you too, but I don't trust you enough to take time off work. Pacifica talking to Alexei, but it sounds like she's actually directing those words to us. Someone needs to watch for danger outside while these girls are preoccupied. You also don't want to know if the church will try to pull something either. It seems like Pacifica acting nonchalant to melt away my looming anxiety of being separated from her. Or maybe she isn't, and the world doesn't roll around me. That'd be embarrassing. Thank you. Don't worry about me. We're just dividing the roles. Well, here it looks like it's the three of us. I'm not in. Okay, for now, we'll have to put out a notice that you'll be on a break from. From what? Oh, I can skip the dialogue. Okay, we'll wait for it to skip automatically. Wait, what did you say? I feel a shock like being struck on the head. You think Yor would be the first person to be excited by the sight of the stupid thing. At first, I think you're messing with me, but when I look into her eye, I see she's serious. I said I'm not in. Yeah, that's weird. Why not? Because I don't want to do this. I'm utterly confused by Yor's calm rejection. She usually overly expressive, so when I see her say without a single change in her facial expression, it instantly throws my mental stability off balance. What's wrong, Yor? Does your stomach hurt? My bowel movements are perfectly regular. I see, good for you. Would you prefer us to not ask why? Well, yeah, I guess. When I notice you're found, it makes me a little bit of relief. And that's because it lets me know that she's not making this decision lightly, and she does feel at least a little guilty. I know it's not healthy to be happy about your feeling guilty, but I need to accept the fact that I'm the mean sort of person. Yeah, useless text again. I think it'd be dangerous to set up shop by yourself. True, if you're not going to be around, then I'll take the break off work. If you're going to take a break, then why not stay with me? Nah, I don't want to, sorry. Yor makes that face that she makes every now and then. No, it's okay. It's your decision, Yor. I'm not good with this sort of situation. I really should press her some more. So, what it'll be? Psycho and Anya will stand watch. Yor and I will pass. According to my calculation, 2 should be plenty. It's a deal. And thus, Anya and I end up helping the strange man named Alexa with his challenge. Sayako. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, that was weird. There's a lump of anxiety lodged in my chest. I never pretend to know everything about her, but this still comes as a bit of an unpleasant surprise. Alexi truly is skilled at engineering, which is why I think he can help us further our goals once this is done. I'm also interested in Alexi insight about Ghost. There's so much I'd like to ask him when we've got the time. At least, that's what I keep telling myself as I try to find a way to justify my decision to take on this job. But the fact that I have to look for justification is a proof in itself that I'm unsure about this after all. I meet up with Anya in the same old plaza with the same old sights, minus our physics stand after all. We're closing up shop for a while with the duration of the time at Alexi. Yo, wait Sayako, where's your luggage? Anya asks as she carries a big bag. In my coat pocket, I've got a handkerchief and a gun. The bullet disappears, so I'll have to make up for it by aiming real good. Oh, good luck with that. Wait, shouldn't you at least bring a change of clothes and towel? I've been thinking... Huh? Is it really necessary to shower and change clothes? Talking poop. Show that you have standards when it comes to hygiene. That's the achievement I just got. You're starting to sound like Yoru. You think so? Good thing Pacifica's not around. She'd be all like, gargle gargle. Yes. Again, useless piece of dialogue. Absolutely useless. We talk as we talk. It feels weird since I usually be working around this time. It's like going to a hospital instead of school when you're sick. It's especially weird since I only started working just recently. I guess I've adapted to the work life before I knew it. It was probably a gradual day-to-day process. I recall my conversation with Alexi. I can feel my face heat up as I do so. Why did I act so proactively? I couldn't bear watching him. I wanted to do something to help, but that was just because I thought I was in a position to help. Help me of all people with my social standing? I think those thoughts to myself as we approached the amusing park. When we were here last time, but it's operating hours now, so there's a cheerful music playing with decorative lights shining in the night sky. It's kind of extravagant by this town standards. Anya, have you ever been to the amusement park? I asked. I never been there myself, at least. I don't think I have. Well, I've been there a number of times, but didn't have much fun though. Why not? The amusement park itself is fine, but the problem is the customers. Do they have bad manners? Well, it just feels like they're at the amusement park more to look like they're enjoying themselves rather than actually enjoy themselves. That's how it feels. It sends shivers down my spine. Shivers? Shivers my timbers. What? I see, I think I get you. It must be annoying to be surrounded by people like that, huh? It just feels like people like them look down on people like me. I don't want to be in the same place as them, you know? Anya speaks, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I never really thought about it, but I guess that sort of vague social hierarchy exists in this town too. Maybe as a foreigner, I'm just secluded from the pyramid entirely. Sorry if I asked something I shouldn't have. Nah, it's fine. Anyway, those people don't make sense when they talk. They're so damn boring, but I'm sure they'll find me so damn boring too. Anya gets her head back in the game and readjusts her bag that just started to slip off her shoulder. I'm not good with the whole female bonding thing, like going to bathroom in groups and gossiping and stuff. Girls who can't get into this sort of stuff end up with no choice but to join groups of guys, don't they? I respond with a vague, It's been a long time, I think, since the last time we've talked about inner human, or rather inner ghost relations. It makes my heart start to clench. But I suppose we can only really talk about this sort of thing when it's just the two of us. Anya and I keep talking about somewhat complicated topics as we walk down the path. I'm so glad we can walk together like this. But when you join a group of guys, then you have to deal with romance. Again, useless piece of information. It's somewhat awkward for a smile, but it's kind of cute in a way. It's almost devilish smile. I could see why a group of guys wouldn't be able to leave her alone. I consider smiling back at her. I'm so awestruck I decided not to. We pass the amusement park area and approach Alexi's house. It definitely feels like it's way too fancy for a house for Alexi to live in. Though I suppose the fact that he lives in it by his lonesome does fit him. If Yor were here, she might call this a sleepover. Oh yeah, Yor, the more I think about her absence, the more depressed I guess. I guess I just shouldn't think about it then. Sleepover. I doubt it's going to be something that fun. So, do we just sit and watch? If I remember right, yeah, that guy doesn't lie, so I'm really sure all we need to do. It makes me feel guilty if all we really do, I fidget and stand on Lexi's front porch. At least we'll have a lot of free time, you know. Anya rings the bell. Something starts rumbling inside the house, then Lexi shrieks. I'm sure he'll ask us to do something else sooner or later. I guess there's no point worrying about it. Come on, Alexi. Show us what you've been working on. So basically at this point, it's our third day at Alexi house, and I haven't been asked to do anything else even once. I've just been watching. I watch as Alexi and Anya work on a project. I watch already assembled parts. Yes? I don't have to worry about anything since I don't have to do anything. This probably would be hell for a type of people who needs to be moving constantly, but luckily I'm an expert at doing nothing, so it's not that agonizing for me. But for some reason, I feel like I've gained weight. Can Ghost even gain weight? I don't know. I kinda miss Yor and Pacifica. It's a little frustrating when your work and your pay doesn't seem to match. It's rough when you have to work hard to earn comparatively little, like Yor did way back when. But conversely, I'm finding it rough to do basically zero work to earn money. Yes. Apparently, this robot thinks it's all eerie cleanness. It's not like, oh man, why is she talking about cleaning robot? Who cares? Who cares? What is this dialogue? Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna skip the useless parts. This cleaning robot is pretty well built. Using some mysterious technology, it hovers, who cares? For big messes, like, who cares? Who cares this robot cleaned Anya coffee? Who cares? What? What is this game? What am I reading? Who thought of this? What is this text? I'm sorry, I know I'm salty, but this game is trash. Holy shit, I just have to say it. Like, this is garbage. This is absolute dumpster tier writing. Who cares she spilled her coffee and the robot cleaned it? Who cares? Why do you need to elaborate on that? That is so weird. That is so odd. I think that was just before bedtime the day yesterday. As I watched the machine smoothly picks up the trash, I murmur, I want one for our place. Anya comes out of the shower, drying her hair with a towel. It seems like she heard me, so she starts talking about the origin of that machine. Alexia and I made this thing together due to an annoying customer request. It had to be made for the ground, so Alexia asked for my help. Though it was mostly Alexia's work and I just help. Contrary to her self-derisive words, Anya sounds pretty proud of herself as she talks about the cleaning robot features. Okay, yeah, whatever. So, could the thing explode? Maybe if I had made it, but well, Alexia amazing at hardware. He's actually a software guy. The software meshes perfectly with the hardware. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm kinda gross, aren't I? I just blab on about technological jargon. You're normal, Anya. No, even better than normal. Anya smiled gently at my words. I almost feel like it's not even Anya I'm looking at. If only. Thanks. Is it because of her flat, wet hair? Her dressing gown? Wait, what was I saying? Recalling memories is a good way to kill time. You could try and see how many details you remember. Any ambiguous parts can be supplemented by extrapolating what you remember from just in memory. Alright, I'm pretty sure. Oh. Hell yeah. Yahoo. My memory recollection is suddenly drowned out by some strange voices. What happened? Oh, take a look. Look at it. Jesus. Before I know it, the pile of parts on the desk become what appears to be an anatomical model of a skeleton. This is probably her skeleton, I guess. The right arm is the only portion that has parts with flesh, with some flesh on it. Probably not actual flesh. The exposed metal bones of the finger slowly clench into a fist and then open again. Dude, what? It repeats the cycle a few times. It's moving, huh? What a beautiful rock and paper. That sure is something. It's not just that it's moving, it's that it hasn't been this complete before. The skeleton usually falls apart before I can assemble it, and the nerve connections get severed before I notice it. My hypothesis was correct, thank you. Thank you very much. What about the internal software? That's going by fairly too. There's no missing data so far. I don't know what will happen once I increase the volume of the data. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem now that we've established a solution to the problem that has been plaguing me this whole time. That was the most crucial thing aspect of the whole project. I'm happy I could be useful. You weren't just useful, you were a lifesaver. Alexi starts rolling on the floor, laughing. I almost tell him not to do that since the floor is dirty, but I stop myself. Again, Why would you put this text? Who cares? Who cares? Skip it. Don't put it. Don't make me read unnecessary stuff. Like, who cares the floor is dirty and you shouldn't roll in it? Like, who cares? Mr. Alexi, oh my god. You want to give it a try too? Nah, not that. I was just wondering about this thing. She's not a thing. Sorry, what are you trying to make her? Because I can. No, wait. Let me put my thoughts in order. Oh, you don't have to think so seriously about it. I'm thinking, don't talk to me. Oh, come on. Why do I have to feel this wretched? I look for Anya for help. Anya sticks her thumbs up and makes a cutting gesture across her throat with it. I smile really. Thank goodness, it looked like we had the right idea, and thus... So why are you trying to make her? Because I'm curious to know if God will allow me my desire. God? You're talking like a member of the church. He's a believer. Huh, is he? He is? He's got some differing opinions compared to the priest though, so I guess he's more of a heretic. You could say that. Every scientist is like a sort of clergyman who want to get closer to God's wisdom. That's what I think, at least. I thought it was common sense that people like Alexei would be realists and don't believe in God. So I'm a little confused. But now that I think about it, when we first asked for Alexei help, he did agree, saying it would take some time. He had thought of thinking proactively of how it would benefit others. It's a little late now, but I can't say I didn't sense there'd be an ulterior motive to seemingly good intentions. Since God made us in His image, I'm curious if He'll allow us to create something in our image. Honestly, I had my doubts, but that's changed that we're here. I thought I'd reached a dead end, but I was wrong. This was a trial to see if I can climb the barrier. Alexei stands in front of his computer and press the buttons. She stops clenching and opening her fists. What I'm trying to implement is a perfect artificial intelligence that copies the mechanism of the brain. A self-conscious reproduction of us that won't control the population or a hijacked missile interpretation system, and neither dumber nor smarter than us. If every part of the copy works properly, that being will have true consciousness, and while I don't even want to think about it, if the sun that gets struck by a car should be torn apart, and that consciousness of her will be lost for all eternity. Does this idea remind you of anything? A hit and run. That's not what I meant. Then what do you mean? Death. A chilled breeze blows underfoot. No ways, we're indoors, so it's probably just my imagination. Again, why would you write this? Why? As soon as I process that word, my spine shudders and I try finding it hard to stand. An eternal wakeless sleep, ignoring the final destination of the soul, the body decays, and those left behind can do nothing but remember the departed. What does that sound like? You mean... Yes, just like human being, our blueprint, our origin. That one that lived, died, and became memories. Those who YOLO'd, bruh. Can we who have been removed from death create death? Alexei's voice trembles. Just how much this guy believes in God, and just how aware is that what he's doing is highly blasphemous. If my creation is self-awareness, does being aware of itself count as being perceived, and thus can it exist indefinitely without a third-person observer? Yeah, I was a little curious if we had keep watching after she was complete. True, a consciousness that only exists if constantly observed sounds like a hassle. I feel sorry for the owner of that consciousness. If she has a consciousness, she can possess her own object. So, if I can successfully mass-produce her, they can be used as town storage system for resources, knowledge, culture, and everything else you can give them, enabling major expansion of the town. Whoa. Assuming God will permit it, that is. We're here thinking about things because, of course, there is a doubt that God will permit it. Are you aware of the theory that God has banished us into the night of punishment for our sins? For our sins? What sins? That's just what the church says, Sayako. Lots of people have differing opinions, some of them kinda interesting too. One time a customer came in wanting a chainsaw repaired, and as the boss worked, the customer said this town is a prison. Prison? Yeah, the prisoners here are nefarious scoundrels who can't be placed in ordinary cells, so they're hypnotized into thinking that they're ghosts living in this snowy town, who can't be awake in the day. The reason they never die is because their sense of time has been tampered with. No time has actually ever passed. You and I are really actually old men who've committed heinous crimes, apparently. Okay, finally we get to some interesting theories here. That's kind of scary thought. I tried to imagine myself as a giant. Okay. There's a prisoner who thinks he's Anya, and a prisoner who thinks he's Alexei, and what he's actually making is just a mud ball. Whoa. Way to rip off the church theory lol. He said that there were several prison guards hiding among us for surveillance, and he was going to murder them with a chainsaw, I guess. What? That's some customer you got. Wait, it might be Yoru? Oh my god. Well, we did call the police on him, so that's that. Police. What's that? Ninjas? Anya left as if Alexei had said something funny. Alexei's shoulders shake up and down too. I guess everyone in town agrees that the police doesn't really do much. Anya says, well, I guess they work just about as much as I do, and then continues. According to an acquaintance of mine, this is a theme park. A theme park? Like an amusement park? Yeah, according to that acquaintance, there was a war, and the country had their population almost entirely wiped out by a missile. Whoa! Okay, there was a war, and the country that lost had their population almost entirely wiped out by a missile, leaving no trace of the culture or language. So that's another scary theory. A missile, I see. The country that won came to regret their action later and created something of a memorial park at the missile's impact site and created an animatronic robot that imitates the personalities and language of the dead. Leaving the devices to their own devices as a reminder for generations to come of the people that have wiped out with their own hands. And we're those robots. That's right, we're not set to recognize when a visitor arrives, and we're forced to sleep for after hours maintenance. What we think of as morning isn't actually morning. And so the weird list of names written on the missile is meant as a memorial for the victims who died. Whoa, the prisoners in my imagination turned into robot. I imagine Lexi with exposed, somewhat rusty metallic joints. As we talk, there are kids on social studies field trip watching us, anti-war pamphlets in hand. There must be some sort of real-time automatic translator translating of words, and the kids just go, huh, as they listen, not quite understanding what we're talking about. We keep talking under the mistaken impression of having granted our own consciousness. That's the kind of thought that keeps you at night, like maybe people can hear my thoughts, that kind of thought, a paranoid fear that you can't prove either right or wrong. Whoever thought of this must be amazing. Actually, I'm the one who thought of it. What? Amazing! You might think I sound like that chainsaw man I mentioned, but it's pretty solid theory, don't you think? Oh, oops, accidentally clicked. I even try to address why we sleep in the morning and why certain things go back to their original states. I'd say you're more talented than what you give yourself credit for, Anya. Okay. Anya slaps me on the shoulders. I was just bored before, that's all. Thinking about things to talk about is pretty fun pastime, you know. I mean, why not? I'm free to come up with my own theories, aren't I? Yeah, I guess so. So, lots of people like a good conspiracy theory, and I'm sure lots of them find you awfully suspicious too. The church locked Doc away before it didn't they? I hypothesized that they were afraid of mass hysteria integrated by such conspiracy theories. Is Yoru that important? And that will be all for today's video. I apologize for the abrupt ending, but I honestly read too much useless information. It actually made my mind numb. So I'm just definitely gonna call it a day and take a break and continue this tomorrow. We only towards the end just got a glimpse of reality, which was actually a pretty good story. But why did I have to read all this useless stuff until today, just to reach this point? It is so weird. It is so odd to me. Why would you write something like this? But okay, you know what? Sure. We're gonna continue tomorrow right where we left off. But that is for sure all for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.